Welcome back to U.S. Lacrosse headquarters here in Sparks, Maryland for our third and final game of the day. It will be Team USA's white team squaring off against the Maryland Terrapins, the 2022 men's national champions, Monica Moore alongside Tari Condamarian. Tari, I was so impressed with this Maryland team this morning. They really hung with the blue team of Team USA, but once again, they're going to have the work cut out for them against the white team who are competing to try to make that 23-man travel roster that will compete in the World Championships next year.
They definitely will have their work cut out for them, but John Tillman and his coaching staff had the second-ranked incoming recruited class. That means these players are coming in this fall ready to play. They are the best of the best, playing against the best. I think we're in for a treat.
As we have been all game long, all of our contests have been so much fun to watch, and we know that one place where contests are decided is at the Face-Off X. This has been a fantastic battle to watch all weekend long. Luke Weirman, one of the best in the business, squaring off for Maryland. Team USA, we have seen all the talent that they have, but one in particular, Michael Sissenberger, who has truly impressed on the weekend.
Yep, and again, that face-off is going to be something fun to watch. Trevor Baptiste, T.D. Erlin, two of the best in the game. There are 52 players here this weekend. Only 23 make that roster to San Diego next summer. Sunny San Diego, eyes on that. And streaking through the midfield, that's number 49, Jake Rowlett. A nice save there for Maryland, though, not letting him get away with it.
Wow, what a save by Logan McNaney. We saw him do some impressive things this morning, but I loved the opening move there by Jack Rowlett, a former UNC Tar Heel, his women's program here competing in the second game of the day. And that was a way to really make a statement here in the early goings of this matchup.
Yep, absolutely. And 45 of the players in this blue and white Team USA rosters, they play pro, so these are players that are playing continuously throughout the year. Rowlett repping Chaos, but Chaos sadly lost in the championship this year.
I have to tell you too, one of the things I was most pleased to hear when they were announcing starting lineups for the white team, they announced that Garrett Epple would start. We saw him get injured in last night's contest, left the game as we get a shot there. So very happy to see him back out for the white team here this afternoon.
Absolutely, and Maryland taking their time on the offense. We were playing quarters. We've got 4 15-minute quarters, no shot clock.
And a turnover there for the Terrapins here early on. We talked about the first matchup this morning that was against the blue team, but same level of competition. And Maryland really hung with the national team players. It was a really impressive performance, a 1-goal win for Team USA, but I think Maryland has a lot to be pleased with in terms of what we saw. And I think one thing that was really impressive was we saw a lot of the bench as they're looking to really add to that depth chart, and
Absolutely.
The drop-off did not happen in terms of the level of play as we get another big defensive play by Maryland.
And Zappatello there with that nice little tip, getting the ball out, stopping that Maryland play. Zappatello, a strong defender with great footwork, known for his footwork, and an All-American as well for Maryland.
And Zappatello was one of the standouts this morning, but we get a big goal from Marcus Holman and Team USA.
A beautiful take there, 29 points this past summer as a pro for Holman, 17 goals total, playing in the PLL for the Archers Lacrosse Club. And there, Marcus Holman is reminding you, still here, still playing, and eyes are on San Diego.
Yep, and already with 2 medals. A silver medal in 2014, a gold medal in 2018, and Marcus Holman is hungry for another one for Team USA. And that's a great way to get started there. Joseph Nardella at the Face-Off X for Team USA.
And I love seeing players come back, right? You mentioned Holman also got a gold medal in 2018 for USA. 7 other athletes on these combined rosters for Team USA also won gold in 2018. They want to keep that tradition of excellence.
Nardella, another one of the players contending to be one of the face-off specialists for Team USA, and we have seen so much talent this weekend. You mentioned T.D. Erlin. Of course, Trevor Baptiste has not been available for the weekend, but certainly know he is in the running.
Absolutely, and there we see Michael Sowers handing that one over. Sowers, a great player at Princeton, then ended his career at Duke and has been crushing it in the PLL as well. Ball staying with Team USA, Grant Ament, cut from the U19 team in 2016, came back with a vengeance. making a splash at the collegiate ranks and wanting to be on this Team USA roster. A nice little quick pass to Will Manny, but doesn't quite connect.
Look at the speed right there. Maryland taking advantage. Love the effort, but a nice recovery by Team USA. And one thing I was getting ready to mention is the pace of play in the contest so far. Everything's so quick. Have to have great awareness out on the field. But that was a nice play by Jack McDonald for Maryland.
Yep, pace of play. And USA wants to set that pace, right? They want to play at their game. They know they can move fast, and they want Maryland to have to catch up. Maryland's got the players to keep up with that, and I think we're just in for a really, really fun contest. And there we get a close look at Sowers, a great split dodger, all-time leading scorer at Princeton.
Another big shot there for Team USA. That's Matt Moore, who was impressive yesterday in the blue-white game. But let me tell you, McNaney has come to play today for the Terrapins.
He has almost 60% save percentage last season for the Terrapins. That made a big difference for that championship, winning against Cornell. So now looking to do it all over again this year.
And we saw Teddy Dolan in the second half of this morning's contest for Maryland. Maryland has a wealth of talent at the goalkeeper position, and that is something that John Tillman and his staff, I know, very excited about coming into the season.
Of course, and they're also looking to replace one of their biggest shooters, right? Logan Wisnauskas. He was a Tour-Town winner for the Terrapins Wisnauskas and now playing in the pro ranks and internationally as well. So they need to find who is the next person that's going to be putting up those big numbers, but they have a lot of options.
We saw Wisnauskas this morning, who had the game winner in that contest for Team Blue for Team USA. I know it was a lot of fun for him to compete against his alma mater, a lot of guys that he knows very well and loves playing with. Great defensive pressure right here for Team USA. That's Ryan Conrad, the Virginia grad, pressuring up top.
He's pressuring on Syracuse, who we could see a lot more of this season as well. He's out of Alpharetta, Georgia, near me. Oh, a beautiful shot there for Maryland. That one taken just wide.
Yeah, great shot selection by Braden Erska, who we saw in the first game, had a goal in that contest. The young freshman, we thought, was one of the most dynamic players for the Terps, and a big goal.
Eric Spanos with it. Beautiful, beautiful. Pulling away to that left side, but just turns and shoots. Redshirted last year, but he was the Terps' top offensive recruit last season, and we see why.
Had a goal this morning, a goal this afternoon. It has been a great day for Eric Spanos, and didn't know if we're going to see him today because he left that fall ball contest against Cornell with injury, but back today has looked very strong for Maryland, who, as you alluded to, they're really looking to answer some questions this weekend because they graduated a lot of top offensive talent, not just Wisnauskas, another great face-off win for the Terrapins. It's the place they have excelled today. That was John Geppert doing a great job getting to the ball.
Yep. Geppert, another All-American for Maryland. And the Terps looking good. I think they're taking a page out of North Carolina's book of don't be shaken by Team USA, but they know it, right? They're playing world-leading competition every single day. Coach Tillman just putting together a fantastic roster year after year.
Tarafinko with some nice defensive pressure on one side, and now on the other side, it's Razanka, who we've been very impressed with on the weekend. We know what a tenacious defender he is. That shot, a bounce shot, backed up by the Terps. Nice work by Mullane.
And it's important to get to the end line when that ball is going out, right? Got to remain in possession. Kyle Long there with looking to get a long shot off, but not quite there. Again,
nice
Terps
vision, though. Jack Brennan with the shot for Maryland. Maryland has come out firing, really looking for the offense. Again, love the tempo and the pace of play in this contest, but we've seen some great defense by Team USA, and that was the storyline this morning. It was a low-scoring affair.
Yep.
We were impressed by both defenses, and so far today, we're seeing more of the same in this one.
That we are, and defense is the name of the game when both teams have so much firepower and can score and shoot from anywhere, but keep an eye on the goalies as well. We see Bernlohr in goal, 58% save percentage this summer playing in the PLL. He wants to be one of the goalies named to that final roster. Here we get another look at the Team USA offense.
And now out on the field is Jack Hanna wearing number 9. Jack Hanna has had different numbers on the weekend, but he was really the one to watch in terms of offense yesterday with 3 goals. Impressive performance, and this is Hanna.
Oh, nice take there by Hanna, but does hit the goalie. Got a turnover. Ball is going at Terrapin way. Will Schaller, the LSM, takes it. One of my favorite things to always note, the difference between the men's and the women's game, is those long stick middies, long stick defenders are in.
Yeah, it certainly gives you quite a defensive presence. Those are some of the most fun players to watch out on the field. And right now, Maryland using that on the clear.
And USA doing a great job of kind of building a wall, slowing down the transition, right? You don't want to give them that room. And a nice shot there for the Terps.
Monster save by Kyle Bernlohr. Quickly
and we are moving
up the field we come. Ball bounces loose, diving into the crease. As you said, that's not going to count. Well, it was exciting, I think, for the fans.
Oh, fans love that one.
Will not show up on the scoreboard, and now Maryland looking to capitalize. All knotted up, 1-1.
You know, the dive makes things exciting. I love an air gate. Love to see some flair, but refs ensuring safety, not going to count that one. Marco Signorello with it for the Terps.
And Ty Warner defensively pressuring, as again, that's been what has stood out so much about our first quarter. We've seen some great goalkeeping on both ends of the field.
And nice work there by USA to just continue crashing. We see Wes Schmidt there putting a lot of pressure, ball behind the net. Maryland Signorello with it again, looking to turn and shoot there. Not quite. Marked closely by Warner, the future doctor. He's at Harvard Med School.
Wow, so many impressive individuals in this contest who are not only playing lacrosse, but also building their careers, taking time off to be here this weekend in what is functioning as a training camp for Team USA. Coach Danowski and his staff in December are going to have to start making some difficult decisions. There will be one more opportunity for these players to come and show the coaching staff what they can do. And then they will put together that 23-man travel roster that will head to San Diego.
Yeah. Kyle Long with it there on the right side. 17 goals, 25 assists last season, but ball is going to go the way of USA.
And you see how quickly Team USA works the ball up the field. And now we'll wait to get their personnel out, including Matt Moore, who was one of my favorites last year to watch in terms of what he did at Virginia.
Yeah, Virginia legend. So much fun, so much talent in the DMV for lacrosse, as we know. And there's Holman again, that shot there just wide.
Holman is looking for his shot every single opportunity. So we have a flag down.
Yep, if it's there, why not take it? There's Will Manny, 33 points in the pros this summer. So fast, such a speedy attacker, and he shifts and moves so well. Great vision as well. We see him threading the needle.
Man up situation here for Team USA, and Maryland coming up big.
And Spanos with it. Let's keep an eye on the two Erics. We've got Eric Maliver and Eric Spanos looking to fill some of the holes left by a graduation of Maryland. But again, it's just about reloading, right? It's not a matter of people are gone, what do we do? It's who's next, who's been watching, who's been practicing, and who's been working in the off season.
I think that's right. That's always been the storyline for Maryland, is they will have these great players, these Tewaaraton winners, in fact, graduating, and people say the sky is falling. What will we do now is we get a beautiful goal for Maryland. That is number 45 for the Terps, Daniel Kelly, who has been outstanding all day long.
A great tally there for Kelly. Looking to get more time this season, and early on making a statement of, hey, I'm here. I'm ready to fill in that next spot. 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Maryland 2-1.
And again, not surprised after the way that we saw Maryland come out in the contest this morning, the way that they play. They have a lot of exciting offensive options. We've seen Spanos with the goal. We've seen Kelly with the goal. That was Mullane with the assist on the goal. And this is Weirman, and we've seen how quick he is once he wins the faceoff, but great defensive recovery by Garrett Epple.
Yep, nice work there to keep pressure. And it's important, right? Either on a face-off or on a draw, just because someone gets possession does not mean they're keeping it. You got to slow them down in the midfield, pressure on the ride, and get it back for your team.
We know what a standout defenseman Garrett Epple is, 3-time All-Star in the PLL. And now Team USA with under a minute remaining in our first quarter. Remember, after 30 seconds remaining, we will have stoppages of the clock.
Yep. Ball is moving around. We're getting a look at Holman, Heacock, Henningberg. Lots and lots of good players out there to Holman. It goes and he shoots and scores from that spot right there. Do not let him get his hands free.
Marcus Holman has been looking for his offense all throughout this contest. Has had 3 really good opportunities, has converted on 2 for Team USA, and for the veteran who's looking to make a statement this weekend. It has been a great couple of days for Marcus Holman.
It has, and lots of claps on the sideline from Coach John Danowski. Danowski also the coach at Duke, so getting to see some of his players on the Team USA side, which I'm sure is just as fun. We are tied at 30 seconds left in the first quarter.
Another great face-off win. The face-off battles have been fantastic. This time it's Michael Sissenberger who wins the face-off for Team USA, who looked to quickly get in their offense. It was a good idea looking for Will Manny.
Yeah, just not quite there, but a nice hustle play there by number 13 for Maryland, Zach Whittier, staying with Manny. Hard to keep up with those fancy fast feet, but he did it. The ball goes for Maryland.
Terps quickly getting the ball up the field, realizing not a lot of time left on the clock. Good pressure by Team USA. That defense continuing to stand strong. What a first quarter of action we have had in this one. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. We are all knotted up, 2-2 USA versus Maryland.
Yo, yo, yo. Do you know? I've seen it all before. This goes Tiger. Just as sharp from the bending knee. My main man, Money the King. There ain't nothing I ain't seen.
Okay, old school. Have you seen someone ball like John Morant? You know you can't. You've never seen anyone like a thing. The point guard queen, Sky, or Chloe Kim. Do you know there's never been anyone else like them? Look, OG, no disrespect. I know you think you've seen everything, but you ain't seen nothing yet. Checkmate.
Every player knows the skills you learn on the field can be the foundation for anything you choose to do in life.
Thank you for connecting me to a greater community.
We're growing beyond goals on the field.
And our futures are united.
So thank you, Lacrosse.
For inspiring me to be me.
We are better,
safer,
and wiser together.
And we're building a stronger future
for everyone.
Oh, it's on. Rush out, scrub. Whoa! Scores! Logan Wisniewski's.
Look at J.T. Giles Harris calls the turnover.
Welcome back. Our second quarter almost underway. I think our first quarter had a little bit of everything in it from these two teams. Explosive offense, fantastic defense, great face-off battles, big saves. You couldn't ask for more.
You really could not. And listen, Marcus Holman is making a statement. It is the Holman show just about now. But both teams tied at 2. Maryland is hanging in here. The best of the best at the college ranks, playing against the best of the best at the international ranks. We are in for a good game.
This is always such a fun event because the reigning national champions really come to play. They bring their A game and always challenge the national teams. This is Nardella at the face-off X for Team USA. We've seen the white team alternating between Nardella and Sissenberger, and of course Weirman who is so strong at the face-off dot for Maryland.
And a lot at stake for Team USA, right? We're looking at the white team today. In this game, we looked at the blue team as well this weekend. 52 players vying for 23 roster spots for next summer in San Diego. This is a big deal.
We talked about this morning, and I think it's such an important point for Team USA Lacrosse is that while they are going to pick 23 players for this travel team, it is really a foundation that they're building in terms of the big player pool. All of these players are on the team.
Right.
It's just the travel roster for the World Championships that's being selected, because some of these younger players who have been so outstanding this weekend, they may not make the roster. Other players may not make the roster either, but these are players that could get called up if injuries happen before the World Championships start. And these are players that they'll be looking to in the future to be the heart and soul of Team USA.
Right, yep, got to stay ready at all times there as we see the ball getting moved around. That's Sergio Perkovic, the midi with it, passes it off, and there we go, a goal for Sowers.
Sowers has been fantastic today. We didn't get to see him yesterday. He was unavailable, but today, played this morning, has played this afternoon. We've seen some goals, a goal this morning, a goal this afternoon, but it was some of the hustle plays in the first game that really stood out to me. Sowers is making the most of his opportunity here on Saturday at this event.
That he is, and great avoiding the crease as well, right? He wanted to make sure his goal counted, did not want to step in the crease.
So it will be Sisselberger back at the face-off dot alongside Weirman. And again, the thing you have to watch out for Weirman, if he wins it cleanly, he is off to the races. Good battle here, and you see Weirman there just pushing it into open space to win the face-off and quickly trigger the offense.
And that's Spanos, again, a name that we've called multiple times. Who's going to take over for Logan Wisnauskas in the spot that he left, right? Offensive players are looking to be the ones that step up. That's what the coaches want to see.
And I think Spanos is such a good story for Maryland because he redshirted last year, wouldn't necessarily get the playing time, but was often one of the most dynamic players on the practice team, on the scout team that Maryland was playing against. And that really impressed the coaching staff, John Tillman and his staff. And so this year they know that he is poised and ready to be one of the impact players for Maryland.
Yeah, and that matters, right? The hustle plays, even in practice, you want to show that you can be and are ready to take advantage of the playing opportunities that you get. There we get a look at Jack Brennan, the junior. Pass there, almost
a little
errant,
dangerous on that pass. Lucky that Daniel Kelly able to hang on to possession. Daniel Kelly got his hands free momentarily, ball knocked away and scooped up.
That shot there into traffic.
By Glazner.
Off it goes for Team USA.
I think this morning we thought that at times Team USA a little sloppy in terms of the play, have been very crisp this afternoon, and particularly the hustle plays, just quickly getting to the ball, the great awareness. Really set the tone in this contest.
Yeah, doing a great job of moving it around, taking their time. But Maryland is pushing them out, and I really like that, right? They're not just letting them walk in. They're playing great defense, closing in as needed. And that shot by Heacock goes.
Heacock, right, top shelf.
USA goal.
Had a big goal last night, really started the scoring, was on the blue team last night, I believe. Today is on the white team. Blue team, white team really doesn't mean anything in the event this weekend. They're all mixed up. They continue to be moved around. We saw players moved around within the game that we had this morning. But Heacock has made an impact no matter what team he has been with. And that's important for the coaching staff because one of the things that they're doing is they're mixing up lineups because they're looking to see who has chemistry with what other teammates as they try to fit together the pieces of the puzzle. Nardella with a face-off win.
Oh, that one there just hits pipe. Love a pipe. That should count for 2 for Chris Gray. Sadly, it doesn't. But we're going back down Maryland's way. And Colin Heacock, an alum of Maryland as well, was instrumental for Maryland for a number of years. So I'm sure it's fun to get to still play against and, with his teammates and against his former coaches. Great work there. Maryland, they just continue bumping out great players.
They do, and that's why you see such big representation for them on the national team. It's kind of the same story in the women's game with UNC. Good representation there for the Tar Heels. Maryland working the ball around.
Syracuse there, moving it around there. We see another look at Spanos again. USA defenders just locking in. Warner so close to Maliver there, sticking on there. Spanos going down, oh, but a save.
But his composure there to create the opportunity, he has been a standout on the day. Again, only a sophomore for Maryland.
Just doing great work, moving around the crease. Unlucky there, getting in the crease violation, but making space. When there is none, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do and make space for yourself.
He has been dynamic. We've been very impressed with Daniel Kelly, which was not a surprise coming into the weekend.
And
big
Hanley,
shot.
Another pipe. That's a pipe for Hanley, pipe for Gray. But Team USA stays with it. Now we're seeing Escher Nolting put High Point on the map a bit there for Nolting, now playing for the Cannons Lacrosse Club. Unlucky pass there for Team USA, number 8, Schellenberger, so Maryland gets it back.
Yeah, it's been back and forth in this contest, despite the international rules, which you never exactly know how that's going to play out because we don't have a shot clock. But it has been up and down, quick pace, lots of excitement. This has been a great game for the fans so far.
Yeah, and lots of family and friends in the stands cheering on their favorite players, right? There we see Donovan Lacey with it, handing it off. It's a beautiful day in Sparks, Maryland. Not too long of a drive for the Terps, probably like an hour.
It's been really interesting because in our previous game, the stands were full of Carolina blue everywhere that you could see. And now the stands are full of Maryland red.
Yeah. We love to see it. Donald Mulaney with it, handing it on over. Kyle Long, a name that we've called a number of times. Long, one of their prolific scorers from last season as well.
We're seeing good ball movement and a good chance there.
Love a tricky
for Maryland.
Shot. Love a tricky shot, but Bernlohr just gets slow so quickly. There is no room. Even if there are people in front of him, he knows just where the ball is, tracking it really, really well, coming out of the cage to push transition.
That was Jack Brennan, who's another top offensive returner, and a turnover for Team USA will give Maryland the ball right back. And you see how quickly they look to get into their offensive set. Great awareness and presence of mind by Kyle Long.
Yeah,
actually, that was Jack Corus.
A little too overzealous on the defense there was Troutner, so flag on the play. Ball goes back to Maryland. Back to Spanos, the sophomore out of Malvern Prep.
We're going to see another man-up opportunity here for Maryland, what they are able to do here in the execution.
And I love to see how the Team USA defenses really adjust as they're down a player or two. Maryland's going to look to push the tempo, right? You want to catch them sleeping, catch the defense falling asleep, lull them just a little bit.
It's great
but a
defense
nice stick
by the
in the
long
way.
stick. That is exactly how you play man-down defense right there for Team USA. That's Liam Burns.
Great work by Burns, gets it to Schellenberger. USA is going to do a little bit of reshuffling of players, get their offense set.
And of course, burn some time off this clock right here.
Just about 6:30 left in the second quarter. This is Team USA white. We've seen white, we've seen blue, we've seen all the colors, we've seen baby blue, all the colors mixed together as the coaches narrow down that 23-man roster for next summer in San Diego, the World Lacrosse Men's Championship. We saw the Women's Championship this summer in Towson. Monica and I were there calling games, cheering all of them on. Such an exciting year for the game, and the magic just continues.
It was so impressive because it didn't matter who the two teams were that were playing. Great crowds at the events and a nice opportunity there. Team USA.
And Nolting does it. Nolting at a High Point University, just working so well in traffic, right? Not getting spooked by all of those defenders crashing on him or the aggression. Staying composed, stick in close, and just getting free to get that shot off.
So now Team USA finding some balance. In the beginning, it was a lot of Marcus Holman. Now other players stepping up offensively. It will be Michael Sissenberger back at the face-off dot as Team USA really just seems to be alternating quite a bit with Nardella and Sissenberger. And this one will go to Sissenberger.
And USA up 5-2. You know, we've seen some shots from Maryland, but Bernlohr getting really good on those low shots. So I want to see Maryland try shooting higher, try a little bit more, maybe some stacks. set some good picks and really just continue being aggressive on that offensive end, because it'll click. But now we're getting a look at that Maryland defense. A lot of strength on that Team USA offense. I mean, look at the height of some of these players and the power. A nice shot there by Nolting, saved, but
yeah, that's a big stop once again by McNaney, who came out really strong, who had 2 big saves in the early goings of this contest, getting a lot of confidence from those. Then Team USA started pouring it on in terms of offensive opportunities, getting some really good looks.
And Holmes with it there. Sophomore Mitty hands it off to the offensive end.
But we knew that there were a lot more question marks on the offensive end of the ball than on the defensive end of the ball for Maryland, as much more their defense returning, and of course a lot of standouts returning.
Right.
We've already talked about Zapatello, who's really, I think, the heart and soul of the defense. You have Makar as well coming back, and then McNaney.
Yeah, and a nice little spin out of traffic there. That one there, Jack Rowlett getting the ball upfield, but Maryland hustling. They're not just going to let Team USA get it. There's Nolting. Looks like he pushed it out of bounds, so it does go back Maryland's way. And speaking of some losses for Maryland, right, they need to replace, alongside Wisnauskas, they're replacing Keaton Kahn, Anthony DeMeo, Bubba Fairman in the midfield, Alex Smith in the midfield. So this is a chance for coaches to start seeing, okay, who's meshing well together, right? It's a long fall. They still have more work to do and more things to see, but you know, from what I'm seeing now, they kind of have the parts. It's just a matter of connecting the dots.
It is, and as we were talking about in the first game, we had a conversation with John Tillman, and he was really telling us that a lot of this fall ball, and of course these games in particular, are helping them fill out the depth chart. Even if you know who the top player is, the player who's going to be starting, who's going to be the next player up, who's going to step in if there's injury. Another big stop for Team USA. Bernlohr.
Great work by Bernlohr.
Going low.
Yep, gotta get high on him, gotta get high on him. Maybe start trying to curl around the crease, catch him off guard a little bit. But again, Team USA's defense makes it hard to even get that close to him, right? They're like guarding the king. The king's guard is right in front there doing the job, and then making sure that Maryland can't really get those good shots off.
We have been so impressed by the goalkeeping talent this weekend for Team USA. That's one place I do not know how the coaching staff is going to make final decisions there. They have a wealth of talented goalkeepers who are on the roster right now, and they have certainly shown up this weekend.
Absolutely. I don't envy any of the selection process. There's so much talent. We see Henningberg there, played at Rutgers, also in the PLL, was an all-star for the PLL in 2019. Lots and lots of pro talent on this roster, and just talent all across the board.
And so important, again, because it just keeps these players at the top of their game before these international contests where the U.S. has established themselves as one of the best teams. But as we've been talking about all weekend long in the men's game, as we get a beautiful bounce shot there by Heacock in the men's game, it has been really hard to repeat.
Yeah,
impossible to repeat.
Yeah, Canada is encroaching at all times, right? They want to beat Team USA. That's their number one competitor. We saw Canada take home the gold at 6 as Team USA took home the silver. And so that rivalry is so fun to watch, and one that I'm sure they can't wait to rekindle next summer.
This is Jack Hanna with possession for Team USA. Has been so dynamic offensively.
Oh,
what a beautiful
nice
pass. That was a fantastic pass by Hanna. The finish by Nolting.
Great work by Nolting to just catch and release. Didn't even need a cradle, knew where it was going, just being in the right place at the right time. Those are the kind of looks that you want.
Nolting has been impressive in this afternoon's contest so far. 2 goals for Asher Nolting. We'll see Nardella back at the face-off dot for Team USA. But again, Coach Danowski telling us that it's not necessarily about who scores the most goals or who has the most assists. They're looking at all the little plays too, the hustle plays.
Of course.
And they're looking to fit the pieces of the puzzle together. So all the top talent may not make the team because it really is a team that they are forming. They need players with different strengths who bring different skill sets, and they need those glue players that really can hold the team together.
Yep, all about working as a unit, putting together that perfect puzzle. 30 seconds left in this first half. We are playing 4 15-minute quarters. Team USA is leading 6-2 against Maryland, and it's not for lack of looks on the goal for Maryland, but Bernlohr has been lights out with those low shots.
He really has been the storyline, as it has been almost all weekend long. It feels like that a Team USA goalkeeper has been a storyline in terms of being a game changer in the contest, because as you said, Maryland is getting looks. They're getting good looks, good opportunities, but Bernlohr doing well, and the defense in front of him doing well. When you see a goalkeeper who's making good plays, you have to credit the defense in front of him for not letting teams get great looks, really disrupting everything going out on the field. So it's a credit right now to both Bernlohr and the Team USA defense.
Absolutely.
Team USA heading back out on the field. Maryland still over in their respective huddles. And it's been a great weekend, I think, for everyone affiliated with the Maryland program, because as we've talked about, there's so much representation here on the Team USA roster from some of the standouts in their program.
Yep, Logan Wisnowska is part of the Team USA training team that's, hoping to make that roster next summer for San Diego. He was the Tewaaraton Award winner this year for Maryland, right? Led Maryland to their national championship. 340 career points in his career, just absolutely insane. And then jumping right into the PLL and getting 35 points for the Chrome this summer. So he's not resting. He's not taking a breather.
Nope, and as we talked about, has been impressive this weekend with the game winner this morning against his alma mater, as we are under 30 seconds remaining in the first half of this contest.
There's Long, 17 goals, 25 assists last season, looking to get just one for Maryland. Can he do it one-handed? He cannot. There's Bernlohr again.
You see the frustration there by Long, looking to create, knew that that would be a pivotal moment to end the first half, but Bernlohr has been on fire, has stood on his head in the first half of this contest. He is the storyline for Team USA, which will head into halftime with a 6-2 lead. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to be right back with first half highlights here from the U.S. Lacrosse headquarters in Sparks, Maryland.
Yo, yo, yo. Do you know? I've seen it all before. This goes Tiger. Just as sharp with the bending knee. My main man, Money the King. There ain't nothing I ain't seen.
Okay, old school. Have you seen someone ball like John Morant? No, you can't. You've never seen anyone like a thing. The point guard, Queen, Sky, or Chloe Kim. Do you know there's never been anyone else like them? Look, OG, no disrespect. I know you think you've seen everything, but you ain't seen nothing yet. Checkmate.
Every player knows the skills you learn on the field can be the foundation for anything you choose to do in life.
Thank you for connecting me to a greater community.
We're growing beyond goals on the field.
And our futures are united.
So thank you, Lacrosse.
For inspiring me to be me.
We are better,
Safer.
And wiser together.
And we're building a stronger future
For everyone.
Oh, it's on. Watch out, scrub. Whoa! Look at JT Giles. Harris calls the turnover.
Welcome back to our final contest of the day. Team USA versus Maryland. Team USA has come out to play this afternoon. There's been some great goalkeeping. Kyle Bernlohr against his alma mater has come up huge in the first half.
It has been so much fun to watch Bernlohr, how low he's getting on those shots. But Maryland's going to need to come into the second half and shoot high, get around him, kind of catch him by surprise, catch him off guard. The defense in front of Bernlohr, though, is stunning, right? They're really, really pressuring the Maryland offense, not giving them too much room to work with and really forcing them to take bad shots.
Faceoffs also have been critical, as they always are. Sisselberger has been huge. Nardella has been huge. For Team USA, let's go ahead and take a look at some of our first half highlights. There were a lot. It was a fantastic, fun pace of play, start to finish in this contest. Team USA getting off to a quick start. It was Holman who had a tremendous performance, getting things going. Back-to-back goals for Team USA. He was looking for his shot every moment.
Absolutely, and then Nolting kind of took a page out of his book as well, right? Getting 2 for himself at a high point, now playing pro. It's just so much fun to watch, getting to call both the veteran names and also newer names in the Team USA system. All eyes are on sunny San Diego, as I like to say. Next summer, 23 players from this combined Team USA blue and white roster are gonna make that 23-man team. And it's just, I mean, I don't envy the decisions that the coaches have to make, because every player is a contributor.
And Jack Hanna getting that big assist to Nolting. We saw him scoring a lot of goals yesterday, today, in the role of dishing off an assist. But if you talk about Maryland, no surprise that the offensive stars came to shine. Spanos with the goal, Kelly with the goal. We knew those two would certainly get their looks this afternoon.
Definitely, and it's been so much fun to watch players like Spanos and Kelly and others making those plays. And even if they're not necessarily getting the goals on, they are making the hustle plays that then lead to that offensive transition. McEnany in goal, so much fun to watch. I mean, that's someone that's potentially the starter for Maryland this season, and he's standing, making his name known against Team USA.
Last year's NCAA tournament most outstanding player. We have seen why on the afternoon so far. We're going to take another quick break. We will be right back to U.S. Lacrosse headquarters.
Yo, do you know? I've seen it all before. This goes Tiger, just a shot from the bending knee. My main man, Money, the king. There ain't nothing I ain't seen.
Okay, old school. Have you seen someone ball like John Morant? You know you can't. You've never seen anyone like a thing. The point guard queen, Sky, or Chloe Kim. Do you know there's never been anyone else like them? Look, OG, no disrespect. I know you think you've seen everything, but you ain't seen nothing yet. Checkmate.
Every player knows the skills you learn on the field can be the foundation for anything you choose to do in life.
Thank you for connecting me to a greater community.
We're growing beyond goals on the field.
And our futures are united.
So thank you, Lacrosse.
For inspiring me to be me.
We are better,
Safer.
And wiser together.
And we're building a stronger future
For everyone.
Oh, it's on. Watch out, scrub. Whoa! Scores! Logan Wisniewski! Look at JT Giles Harris close the turnover.
It has been such a fun and amazing weekend so far here at U.S. Lacrosse headquarters. And of course, one of the big things yet to happen is the induction into the Hall of Fame of this year's class members. We've already highlighted a lot throughout the games this weekend, but I think one we should talk about is Patty Daly, one of the officials being inducted in, because you think a lot about coaches, you think about players, but the officials are also such an important and integral part of the game.
They really are. And as you mentioned, this Hall of Fame class getting inducted, just so inspirational. We saw Jenny Levy earlier today, you know, celebrating Team USA and their gold medal. We talked about she and Stanton Birch, someone that I really look up to in terms of being an analyst and a commentator, and now Patty as well. The game is just so lucky to have these trailblazers that really set such a high standard in every aspect of the sport, and I'm so glad they get to be celebrated.
So let's take a look at this year's class. Again, our congratulations to all the members of the class of 2022 being inducted into the Lacrosse Hall of Fame. But meanwhile, back to business here. Maryland back out on the field, warming up for the second half. Looks like we might see a goalkeeping change for Team USA. That's certainly what we anticipated. Troutner was back warming up in goal, so we'll see who is back for Team USA. Now, in our first contest, we saw a goalkeeping switch for Maryland at the start of the second half. We saw Teddy Dolan back in the net for the Terps, and we saw switching up at the face-off dot as well for the Terrapins, and it looks like Gavin Ty is heading out for Maryland. Took the face-offs against Cornell in Maryland's earlier fall ball contest, and it looks like it will be Ty who will take the first face-off of the second half.
And it's so fun to see the mix-up, you know, of the different lines that they're bringing out, giving opportunity to many, many players to get the chance to play and show off what they can do. Nardella there in the middle, 65% face-off percentage in the pros. Face-offs are not easy.
No, they certainly aren't, and it takes a lot of perseverance because we've seen some prolonged face-off battles here this afternoon.
That we have, and you're going to notice no one can come into the middle except for those 6 players until possession is gained. That's a safety thing, just ensuring that it doesn't get too crazy in the middle. And that one, an easy pickup for Team USA. That one there grabbed by number 34, Ryan Terefenko.
And it is Troutner back in goal for Team USA to start the second half. For Maryland, it's Brian Ruppel who is back in goal, the young freshman getting an opportunity here this afternoon.
And I feel like opportunity is the buzzword, right? These players are getting a chance to play against the best players in the world and make the most of it. This is a learning opportunity as much as it is an opportunity to just showcase their skills.
Matt Moore with possession for Team USA, looking to work his way inside. He'll hand off.
And they're looking up for a pass as Grant Ament. Again, he was cut from the U19 team in 2016, but did not let that stop him. Here he is working with Team USA.
And a fumble pass there, Team USA, able to hang on to it. Now, in the first game this morning, we did see Maryland make a lot of changes. Coming into the second half, we saw a lot more of the roster. It looks like Coach Tillman planning to do the same this afternoon, because certainly both of these two teams want to win, but I think both coaching staffs have things they want to get out of these contests in terms of seeing how different players react in different situations.
Right.
And now Maryland will take over.
Yep, that pass there from Ament just errant, so up it goes Maryland's way.
Urksa still getting a lot of opportunity, and talked about it this morning, was one of the players I did not know very much about coming into the contest today, as we get a big shot there for Maryland. Both teams looking to back things up, and it is won by Troutner.
A nice one there for Troutner to get to the end line. There he is directing traffic. A tall goalie as well. Great with the long passes and moving the ball around. Gets it to number 30 there, but still directing traffic is Troutner.
And you have to have that out of your goalkeeper. They have to be a fantastic communicator working with their defense. They often are the field general of the defense, and Troutner doing a nice job.
Yeah, ball behind the net there. We're seeing Met directing traffic from behind the net. Maryland looking to just kind of push them out a little bit, and USA taking advantage of that space. They're in no rush. There is no shot clock. They are up 6-2. Seeing a little bit of fancy footwork there from Hindenburg, but
not able to connect.
It, stays with it.
And it will be a turnover. Great execution once again by the Maryland defense. That was Nick Red.
Great work by Red, junior defender out of Wilmington, Delaware. That hustle play, he kept pressure, forced him to get that ball out. Nice long pass.
A bit of a dangerous pass there. All over it was Hindenburg, but Maryland able to hang on to possession. Now this game certainly has a little bit of a different feel to it than the earlier game this morning, which was a bit closer. But the one thing that we know is how quickly leads can evaporate. And so for Maryland right now, I think it's about doing a lot of the little things, just keeping their heads in it, continuing to execute the game plan.
Yeah, and there's Tucker getting it behind the net there, taking their time. That's Mulaney looking to curl around, but it's almost like they're crowding a little bit. Maryland is right in front of the net, so even though he was curling around, there wasn't much room for him to shoot that. Team USA doing a great job of just keeping them static and not giving too much breathing room. Syracuse are there. Called his name a couple times. Nice little flip pass.
But as you said, really great defensive pressure by Team USA. We were impressed with the Team USA defense this morning. That has continued to be the case this afternoon in terms of their execution, trying to prevent Maryland from having too many scoring options.
And Tucker with it there, gets it down a little bit past to Signorella.
Big check right there. That was Peyton Razanka, who we've talked a lot about throughout the course of the weekend because he is known for just being a tenacious defender.
Yeah, Mulaney with it, and Maryland looks like they're getting a little tired. Maybe Team USA defense is just sticking it to them, getting in those checks, pushing them out. They have to stay within the box now. That there is Aiden Aitken.
But they will not face a tougher opponent than they have right now. So this is such great training for the Maryland team, a team that is rebuilding a bit, regrouping, but with so much talent left. Every single year they have so much to build around coming into the season. Over the past 2 seasons, Maryland has only lost 1 game. An opportunity there. That was a good idea, just could not execute from Elaine.
Yeah, great idea there about Troutner. Who else there to put on the pressure? Maryland does retain possession, and a nice shot there, but rebound and ball is out. Maryland gonna get it back, keeping it with them there. That's Syracuse. I think that was the right idea, trying to catch the Team USA defense, slipping a little bit. Mulaney back with it. They have the space, just gotta pull out a little bit and then use what they can.
It is just a stifling defensive presence by Team USA. That is the storyline all day long. Tarafinko doing some good work there for the red, white, and blue, and now they will reset, get personnel out on the field, get Matt Moore back into the offensive set.
And nice work there by Tarafinko to get the ball upfield. Defensive pressure is so important, and that's how you get the ball back up to the likes of Granite Ment and others who can do the work with the ball. Getting a look there, Sam Handley in the game for Team USA. Sowers once again there again, well known for his Princeton days.
And certainly from what he's done so far today, he's been a standout to me in both contests. We got to see him twice today, did not get to see him yesterday, but I think that's the beauty of an event like this. Some of the players unavailable yesterday with various commitments. You have to keep in mind that a lot of these players are young professionals starting out their careers. They're engineers, they're working on Wall Street, they're doing so many big things and trying to balance family. And another nice shot there. That's Will Manny.
Great shot there, and good vision by Will Manny to get that riser. It goes just above, but it meant, who else but it meant there to get it back. And looking to curl around. He's got his defender slipping just a little bit. Not quite enough space, but a nice turn. Oh, beautiful, beautiful ball movement. Sowers just could not get that in there, but great work. And we see Red sprinting up in the red to get the ball in Maryland's offense.
I love that pass, though, by Ament. A nice idea for Team USA, working the ball around. So unselfish, trying to execute on the offensive end of the field. He's been another one that has done some very good work out on the field this weekend.
And that's how Maryland gets back into it, is sharing the ball, moving, taking advantage of when you can pressure really, really well on the Team USA offense and their defense. I think the defense there for Maryland did a great job of kind of forcing a quick shot, right? Not letting them get that chance to set their offense. Now we're seeing Charlie Carrasa, sophomore, taking the ball, taking their time, Maryland kind of reloading, but looking to get one. We've got 7 minutes left in the third quarter.
So again, lots of personnel changes from the first half to the second for Maryland. This is Goforth with possession, looking to turn, but making it very difficult is Ty Warner, who has been quite a defensive presence on the weekend. And another great defensive stand, and you see it's
he's off
Troutner.
To the races. I love when goalies come out of the cage and start to run down the field like, please go score, please go score. Don't quite get my wish this time around, but it's all good. We got a great transition. We're seeing Ement with it. And
I tell you, though, these goalkeepers, the tone was set yesterday during the first quarter by Kelly, who was absolutely tremendous, Jack Kelly. But then that bar was set, and these goalkeepers are just rising to meet it. We were so impressed by Bernlohr in the first half, and now Troutner has really come to shine here in the second.
And there's Henningberg looking inside as he curls away. We've got a shot, but a nice high save there. A great, great save for Maryland. Kind of telegraphed that shot just a little bit, but enough for Rappel, now in goal out of Catonsville, to get that one there.
And again, he's only a freshman. We've seen a lot of the freshman class for Maryland on the day. That fantastic recruiting class that was brought in.
Not an accident, the #2 recruiting class in the nation, right? Don Tillman and the other coaches, they know, okay, we've graduated, 5 or 6 really key players. How do we reload? You just continue. You look for the best in the country, best in the nation, and players want to come to Maryland. It's such a historical program, so why not continue with that tradition?
It truly is, and you know that they build teams that contend for national championships, and that is so important to a lot of these players. They don't just want to be the best player on their team. They want to compete with the best.
Absolutely, be the best of the best. 18-0 dominant season, and that championship ring. Looking to do it all over again, and we get another look at their offense. Maryland down 6-2 at the moment, and again, not for a lack of trying, not for a lack of playing well, but the goalies, Bernlohr, Troutner, who we've seen today, just really, really good. You see Troutner there hugging that pole, literally holding onto it to keep himself aligned. That's how you know somebody's locked into goal.
And of course, as we talked about, it's the defense in front of them as well. We give them a lot of credit, but you can't say that they're doing it all by themselves, because they have had great pressure out in front of them. You just look at how quickly the movement is happening, the shifts from the defense. They are all locked in right now. They are one team on a mission, and things looking very good for Coach Danowski and his staff in terms of the talent, the readiness, the urgency that we are seeing out of Team USA.
Absolutely, urgency is the word. They're not letting up, and they're not taking it easy there. You see Erska's getting fouled there, so flag on the play. Ball staying there with Maryland as they're looking to just get another shot on the net.
And the play continues. We'll get the whistle because of the flag. But you see Team USA and the defensive presence, they just are not letting up out on the field.
Glazner looks great. Eddie Glazner, number 30, just looks like the general of the defense. Standing tall, got the long stick, like just doing exactly what needs to be done, pressuring, and unlucky there to get that foul called against him. But again, keeping the Maryland offense at bay.
We're going to get timeout on the field before we get this man-up opportunity for the Terps. And an important coaching opportunity here, I think, for both of these two teams. Maryland going to talk a little bit about their man-up offense. Of course, Team USA will talk a little bit about their man-down defense, which are important things to be able to sort through for both of these two clubs who are looking to do something that is very hard to do, which is win back-to-back.
Definitely, definitely. And again, I mean, this is Team USA. This is the Team USA. They're putting on a show because they want to be on that final 23-player roster next summer. And Maryland, lots and lots of opportunity for growth. You know, we've highlighted a couple of young players that are being standout, especially in the goal. We're seeing great goalkeeping from a freshman. I'm just super excited to continue watching these teams.
Yeah, I mean, the freshmen have come to play. We talked about George Stamos in the first game. We thought King Ripley, who's a sophomore, was a standout in the first game. We talked a lot about number 10, Braden Erksa, who's been a standout. So the future very bright for these youngsters. And I think to go into goal as a freshman, it's one of your first opportunities to make an impression on your coaching staff.
Right.
And then you're playing Team USA. That is quite an impressive feat, and just not looking flustered at all is Rappel.
And I think that's the key, right? Playing, you know, going from high school to college. I know for me, at least, when I started playing in college, it was kind of a shock. It's like a wake up. You're like, oh wait, okay, the game moves at 2x speed, but it's fun, it's exciting, and when you get to play against the best of the best, why not? And something that stands out to me as well about both rosters really is the players come from so many different places. We've got players from Florida, Atlanta, Georgia, you know, Maryland and California, New York, and all these other places. So it's not just a centralized roster of people from the same schools. It's really, you know, a very diverse amount of schools and cities named on these rosters.
Well, and we talk about that a lot in the sport because it used to be years and years ago that it was very centralized to this area, the lacrosse hotbed. But lacrosse has grown so much over the years.
It really has.
And you get players from all over now, and it's so exciting for the growth of the sport to see the fan base growing as much as it has. And I think when you have more and more events like this one this weekend, it's just going to continue and continue to grow because we have seen fantastic play all weekend long. And it's not over because tomorrow we get to see some more of the young guns coming out to impress for Team USA.
And an easy save there for Troutner, a nice little turn and shoot with Troutner. He had a 54% career save percentage, has that in the PLL. So this is someone that knows how to play goalie very, very well. And it's good to see when goalies get switched in between, you know, different halves, but the tempo of the game and the way that the team plays doesn't change too much. That's how you know that you're really establishing a good puzzle piece of players.
I think that's right, and we've seen that throughout all of our games. For Team UNC, we did not see a goalkeeper change for them, but pretty much elsewhere through the weekend, we've seen a lot of goalkeeping changes, and the level of play has not dropped off in the slightest.
Absolutely.
Back out on the field is Sowers, who is making the most of the opportunity this weekend. Great speed, great change of direction, looking for the shot, just did not have the angle at a goal. Rappel.
Love that hustle play of Marcus Holman, looking to go over the head and get a check. Not quite there, and there is Red. So fun to watch. I mean, look at the stick skills with that long pole. He is not concerned about losing the ball, moving so well through the midfield.
Very athletic play by Nick Red, who was still up with the offense. He's going to come back now, but he's had a couple of really nice plays in this contest for Maryland.
Maryland's going to be dangerous on transition. That's what you're going to have to watch out for because they can get the ball up, and especially if there's a team that doesn't necessarily set their defense early and wait for them, they're going to be taking advantage of those hustle plays and the transition plays.
Maryland, who, as we talked about, we're really getting to see lots of different pieces to the puzzle. We've got a flag down. Just the reason for the whistle.
Gives a chance for teams to shuffle who's in and out, do some subbing. A look there at the Maryland offense once again. Jack Corus with it, the sophomore midi.
Another man-up opportunity here for Maryland. Looking to take advantage. And I think for Maryland, learning a lot about themselves this weekend in terms of the depth that they have, the players with different skill sets, and just their ability to play against anyone, anywhere, anytime.
Right.
And remember, this is their second game of the day.
Yep, and not slowing down one bit. Under a minute left, and nice shot there by Aitken. Doesn't quite make it. Goes wide, but stays with Maryland. That's Corus with the chase. As we wind down, 30 seconds left in the third quarter.
I like that shot, though. I think that was a good take for Maryland. They backed it up, still looking to capitalize here in the waning seconds of a third quarter, which once again has gone by so quickly. That shot and a goal for Signori.
Beautiful take, and he just kind of took command of that. I think he heard you and said, you know what? The quarter is winding down. I got to do something. That was a nice, powerful, long-range shot.
And Maryland has been quiet for a while, have not scored in the second half.
Yep.
Signorello, the freshman out of Leesburg, Virginia, with a big goal, third one of the day for the Terps. And I think that's a big statement with momentum to head into the fourth quarter.
Absolutely, yeah. Catching him off stick side as well. I think that's what's making the difference, right? You've got to catch the goalie where he's not ready to be. And if you can get him off stick side, moving away as well as you're shooting, that's perfect placement.
Another great battle here for possession between these two teams. It's been fun to watch all game long. No one able to gain an advantage there, still working to try to get the ball. Maryland comes up with it, a little make it take it, but the buzzer will end our third quarter of play. It is Team USA in the lead over Maryland 6-3. We're gonna take another quick break. We will be back for fourth quarter action here from US Lacrosse headquarters.
Yo, yo, yo. Do you know? I've seen it all before. There goes Tiger. Just a shot from the bended knee. My main man, Money the King. There ain't nothing I ain't seen.
Okay, old school. Have you seen someone ball like John Morant? You know you can't. You've never seen anyone like a thing. The point guard queen, Sky, or Chloe Kim. Do you know there's never been anyone else like them? Look, OG, no disrespect. I know you think you've seen everything, but you ain't seen nothing yet. Checkmate.
Every player knows the skills you learn on the field can be the foundation for anything you choose to do in life.
Thank you for connecting me to a greater community.
We're growing beyond goals on the field.
And our futures are united.
So thank you, Lacrosse.
For inspiring me to be me.
We are better,
Safer.
And wiser together.
And we're building a stronger future
For everyone.
Oh, it's on. Watch out, scrub. Whoa! Scores Logan Wisniewski. Look at JT Giles. Harris calls the turnover.
Welcome back to the start of our fourth quarter. It is Team USA who's really jumped out in this contest, and I think as impressive as the offense has been, the defense has been the storyline. It's really been the storyline all weekend long. We've talked so much about it, and another great face-off win there for Sisselberger.
Yeah, great work for Sisselberger and Nardella in that middle with the face-off. They're doing a fantastic job. And then the defense, right, like you said, Troutner and Bernlohr in goal, just so athletic, moving so well. And the defense is in front of them, guarding that goal like their life depends on it. They are doing a fantastic job.
It is Heacock now with possession for Team USA, who's looking to close this one out, looking to close out a very important weekend for the players who are on the roster for Team USA. As we've been talking about, they're going to have one more opportunity in December in front of the coaching staff that will be making the final determinations of who will make the 23-man travel roster. And then those choices will be made. And a quick goal there for Team USA to start out the fourth quarter.
Great work there by Schellenberger.
Yep.
Great work catching the defense off guard there, assisted by Hannah as well. And Hannah's kind of been all over. He's doing all of the little things, getting the ball into that offensive end, and so much fun to watch. And, you know, what I really like about this game and how they're playing is it's not just one player that's, you know, scoring all of the goals. It started off with Holman, then it was Knowlting, and now we're getting other names and other people involved as well.
And again, for Hannah, he was the storyline last night with 3 big goals for Team USA. Today, he's been distributing the ball very well, showing a lot of a different skill set. I think really making a name for himself this weekend. Another great battle for possession. It is won by Joseph Nardella.
And Ardella handing it off there to Liam Burns, and Burns looking to go all the way, and another, oh, that one there just hits pipe. I got excited for Schellenberger with the looking to get the back-to-back. Maryland defense reacting so quickly, and that's what you have to do as well in these games. Gets it over to Red, another player that's been so impressive on the defense and in the midfield, just pushing transition.
But back to Schellenberger, I've been excited for him this weekend because it's really an opportunity with this team to start making a name for himself. He's one of the youngsters, only a junior at Virginia, was tremendous last year, leading the Cavaliers in points with 76 and assists with 44. Also had 32 goals, so it was an impressive year for the young sophomore. And I think a very bright future ahead of him, particularly in the pipeline here with this national team.
Definitely. And Maryland down 4 goals with 12:30 left in this 4th and final quarter. Not a big deal though. Still learning, and a nice take there by Aitken. Beautiful goal by the freshman. He's like, yep, that was me. That was all me. You're welcome. A nice take there by Aitken. He had barely an angle. There we get a nice replay. You can see, slipped, came back up, said, I don't need an angle, I can just get it in.
Again, the youngsters, they have been so impressive all weekend long. I think playing at this level, not at all bothered by it.
Absolutely. Aitken out of West Palm Beach, Florida. Played at the Salisbury School.
So, and of course, this is a big moment right here for Maryland because they scored the goal and they're going to get an opportunity here with their man-up offense.
Yep. And why not take advantage of it, right? If you can get even the slightest advantage above Team USA. Team USA now with 4 defenders.
Yeah, 6 on 4 here for Maryland. So a good opportunity to try to capitalize because the Team USA defense has been stifling, but now you have a little bit more room to operate with some quick ball movement. You can make some space out on the field.
Yep, and we're seeing a goalie change for Team USA. That's Blaze Reardon, number 10 there with the ball. Reardon, 137 saves, led the PLL in saves, and so fun to watch. He also plays on the field in indoor lacrosse, in box lacrosse. So I always love getting to watch him play because he has a great offensive mind and obviously pays off in goalie and vice versa.
And he's a fan favorite. Everyone has heard of him. They know of him.
Oh, yeah. Everybody knows Blaze. All
Big
the Chaos
name
fans.
In the sport of lacrosse, has been so great for the sport of lacrosse. As you see Team USA here working to get the ball up the field. Just one of the many superstars who is here this weekend competing.
Yep. And Knowlting, 2 goals for him, handing that over to Matt Moore. Moore plays for the Archers Lacrosse Club in the pro ranks. This weekend, we've gotten to see so many fun, fantastic, talented pro men's and women's lacrosse players.
As we talked about how important that has been for the game in terms of generating the fan bases, how important it's been for the international game, because it really keeps these players at the top of their game.
It does.
We have seen that all weekend long in terms of how these players have come in, the intensity, the mentality that they're playing with. A nice idea there from Matt Moore.
Yeah, I like the intent, and I like that he was trying to create and find his own lane. Caught his defender kind of flat-footed there and looking to take advantage of that one, but the bouncer shot does not go that time around, and up we go with Maryland with it. That's George Stamos, the freshman defender out of Potomac.
And Maryland, as we talked about, with a lot of momentum, they end the 3rd quarter with a goal. They get a good start to the 4th quarter. I really like the resiliency of this team, and they've seen a lot. They've been through a lot. They had the bullseye on their back last season in terms of every team bringing their A game. But I really like the way they've responded in this contest where Team USA builds up that big lead, but they're continuing to compete. They're continuing to do the right things and to get themselves right back in it.
Yeah, and they're going to see that all season long, right? You mentioned a bullseye. That will not go away. If anything, it only gets stronger, especially when you graduate a Toward Town Award winner and you graduate some really key offensive, midfield, defensive players. It's just a matter of continuing to play through it and understanding competition is part of being the best. A nice turn and shoot there for Maryland. That one taken by Chorus, not quite there. Maryland does keep possession with it. Kevin Tucker keeping his team with it. Just under 10 minutes left in the fourth and final quarter. Let's see what the Terps can do.
Continuing to get really good movement, looking for options. But you just see the tenacious defense of Team USA. They're not making anything easy, everything heavily contested.
Yep, no freebies from Team USA. That is one thing for sure. Win with it there above goal, looking to take it around, passes it behind the net, gets it to Gorforth. Got some good, strong defense. I mean, their defenders are just camping out. They're keeping them far, far away from even getting their hands free.
You can certainly say this for the defense. They've made the goalkeepers look good. I think the goalkeepers have made the defense look good.
Yeah, and Terefenko staying on ball, forces that bad shot there. Does hit reared in, but picked on up. Number 47, Cade Van Rapphorst with it going upfield.
And the defense continuing to just be so strong for Team USA. Doesn't matter who's back in the net for the team. This defense standing so strong have made it difficult for the Terrapins.
And we're getting an insight into kind of the wealth of Team USA. They just have so many options and so much lethal play at every single position. So, getting a look at 3 different goalies, and they have multiple to choose from. And it just makes it so much fun to see all the different combinations of players that they can put together.
And I think this weekend's so important, thinking back to one of the comments that Coach Danowski made to us, is that what's really important when you're building a team like this is that the players have to want to play for each other. And with a team like this, it's hard to build that because they're not together every week like a college team is. So you have to work hard to create that type of culture. And that's one thing that with a very short amount of time, they were trying to do this weekend to build those relationships as you get a shot there.
Yep. And backed up by Knowlton, that is going to cause some controversy. They're going to say, no, thank you. Burles was first to the end line, but that is not the case. Refs are keeping it with Team USA.
Great hustle once again by both of these two teams.
Yep, and Hannah with it. Just about 7 minutes left in the fourth and final quarter. Getting another look at the Team USA offense. Henningberg, Heacock's got a tally. Back to Hannah, been making some really great facilitation plays. Looking for Henningberg, but that pass there just knocked wide.
A little unlucky there for Team USA, but that's going to give Maryland another opportunity here on the offensive end. Coach Tillman telling us before this contest that one of the big things he wanted to see out of his team was the quick ball movement, because they understood the defensive presence of Team USA.
Right.
And really that was one of the only ways to contend with it. So that's what they've been trying to do, is really work this ball around, trying to stretch out the defense, trying to find seams and openings. It's been very difficult to do, even though great speed there by Aitken.
And Maryland trying their best to take advantage of any space they have, right? We've seen Aitken had a great goal with barely an angle. There we see Win with it, looking to go, not quite there for Win. But if they have a seam, they're starting to now make an effort to take it,
which is really important, particularly in a game like this one. I think both teams learning a lot about themselves in this contest. It's not just an event for the fans. This is a training opportunity for both of these two clubs, Maryland and Team USA.
And talk about quick movement. Ryan Conrad with it. He takes a shot. Oh, that one there just deflected. A nice one, Red, scooping that one out of the air and staying through traffic with it.
He's been a standout.
So much fun to watch
in this competition. And now Maryland once again had great execution on the last offensive opportunity, just could not get the shot to go.
Bit of a change in personnel. USA is going to have 5 defenders. And again, opportunity, right? Maryland's got to take advantage of this one, find the seam. Who's open? Move it quickly. Oh, a beautiful take there, number 14, Charlie Corres.
Corres has been hungry for the goal all game long, really snuck in there. Didn't have a lot of space to create that shot, but somehow makes it work. That's a big one for Charlie Corres. And of course, Mullane getting the assist there, the graduate student.
Yep. And, you know, caught the defense kind of not paying attention to him just a little. I mean, look at him right there on the right side, just like, I'm here. And the slide comes a second too late, just not enough time for that slide. So beautiful work by Mullane and Corres, kind of working together, seeing each other, and that's all that matters.
And I was just getting ready to make the comment that Maryland needs to take a little more advantage of the man-up opportunities, and lo and behold, that is exactly what they do right there. Those can be some of your best chances, particularly against a really strong team like Team USA. And so Maryland doing the execution very well right there with 5 minutes remaining, down by 3, still very much in this contest. We're going to see what the Terps come out with here. But despite what the score's been, despite what's going on, Coach Tillman is stuck with his plan in terms of his rotation, in terms of the personnel that he's going to have out on the field. It was important for him and his staff today to give lots of different players opportunities to shine in this situation. So it's not that the coaches aren't playing to win. The coaches are just playing to get the most benefit they can out of this contest. And that benefit right now is playing time and reps for players. It's seeing what people can do. It's seeing how people react in different situations.
Yeah, and also, you know, we mentioned a number of times that they did lose some really key players, especially on the offensive end. And so this is a great chance to start seeing how do younger players or players that maybe are now getting their opportunity to step up, how did they react in pressure? How did they react when they're playing against really, really good competition? Because when they play Cornell again, or when they play, you know, Duke or Virginia or whoever, that's the caliber or level of play that they're going to have to execute at.
Michael Roach at the face-off dot here for Maryland. We've seen a lot of their face-off specialists on the day. Sissenberger, though, so strong for Team USA, has certainly made his statement this weekend.
And Burns starting off with it. Takes it back, giving his team just a little bit more time and space. Garrett Epple with it, handing it off. And USA really, they don't have to rush. There's no need for them to pressure themselves or stress themselves out.
With the international rules, really have all the time they want here in terms of working the ball at the field, but a great check.
Defense. Great work.
Corres has been very impressive in the second half of this game. You can hear all the Maryland fans behind us very happy with
got to put in the work on the ride. And, you know, we said that a number of times in the previous game with North Carolina and the women's Team USA. You don't just give up the play just because there's a turnover, right? For young players watching and learning through the game, you stay with it through the rides, even through the handoffs to your defense.
And just unlucky there for Maryland. I think they could not believe it in terms of the turnover.
Back up we go. That there is Colin Heacock, a Maryland alum, now rocking their red, white, and blue, marked closely by red.
So we talked about Heacock had a big goal right in the opening minutes of the contest last night. Had a good second half as well for Team Blue, who were the victors in that contest. But personnel has switched around for today. We don't have the exact same roster. Some of that is by design in terms of what the coaching staff was looking to do. Coach Danowski telling us that, at least on offense, they're looking to move pieces around to see what good chemistry there is between certain teammates. On defense, they weren't looking to do that as much. They were looking for more consistency on the teams.
And again, putting together that puzzle piece, a shot there for Team USA. That one there taken by number 7, Henningberg. Coaches are looking to put together the puzzle piece that makes the most sense, or puzzles that make the most sense.
And Maryland looking to capitalize before the defense really got set. Now they're going to have to get into their settled offense. Wind really starting to pick up. If you can hear it through our microphones, I think that's been one thing that surprised us the most about this weekend, is how windy it has been here at US Lacrosse headquarters.
Thankfully very sunny, so still a beautiful fall day, but the wind has my hair at least looking a little crazy, but not bothering the players too much there, as we see go forth with it from behind the net, wanting to make something happen. Great defense by Team USA. Terefenko was on him there. Terefenko's been everywhere. He's really marking up on everyone.
Yeah, the defense all day long has been on point. But what a pass. Just could not capitalize. Just to the outside. So close for Maryland. And that would have been a big one because that would have cut it to a 1-goal lead for Team USA. Under 2 minutes remaining. So remember, the clock will stop now that we're under 2 minutes remaining in our fourth quarter. Unlucky for Maryland, who are looking for some late game theatrics there to really up the drama. But great defensive pressure right here. You see the goalkeeper out of his goal trying to force the turnover.
And Nolting there did a great job staying calm under pressure. He kept that ball, handed it over to Schellenberger. But again, the doubling is coming from Maryland. Foul's going to get called there, but like to see our time. I like to see the Maryland defense doing what needs to be done. They're not just letting them pass it around. There is no shot clock, so they're not going to be forced. USA is not going to be forced to give up the ball. Might as well make them give it up.
So timeout on the field, 1 minute 23 seconds left on the clock in this one. It is a 2-goal lead for Team USA, who really has been in control for the majority of this contest. But credit Maryland for coming back, making it very interesting here in the late moments of this game. And that is certainly what we expected. Again, this team, they've only lost 1 game in the past 2 years. They're not used to losing.
At all. Yeah, and that's crazy to say. But you know what? If you're going to lose to someone, let it be Team USA at least. But again, so many, great moments to learn, and what an honor to get to play against the best and the best. That helps you train to be better. Really liking the style of play emerging from a number of Maryland players. Chorus, I think, especially in this last quarter, has just gotten even more confident, more willing to go to goal, more willing to take those risks and opportunity. And that's what Maryland lacrosse is about. It's just being the best, being your best, and doing what needs to be done.
That's right, just raising it to an extra level. So Team USA heading back out on the field. Team Maryland still in their huddle. We'll see what they have come up with for the last 1 minute and 23 seconds here in what has just been a fun event all day long. We've talked a lot about the women's team, Team USA squaring off against UNC. That was such a fun one. Team USA in control of that one, but the Tar Heels really, I think, put on a great show, really showing that despite all the players that they graduated, they're in a very similar spot to this Maryland team.
A lot of parallels, with people stepping up and taking advantage of the chances that they're given to make plays. There we see Sam Handley with it for Team USA, passing it over. USA just looking to hold on to it. They got 1 minute left in this fourth and final quarter, and they know Maryland can score. There's Red just playing such close defense with AJ Larkin partnering together.
Great double team, but this is a moment that Team USA will likely see in the World Championships. So this is a great experience.
Nolting takes it, gets that hat trick.
It's been a big day.
Big day for Asher Nolting. And you know what? He found the seam. He had a good look. Why not take advantage of the best look that you can get? But great work for Maryland on doubling. They're not giving up just because the game is ending.
That's exactly right. And that's always the question, right? Do you take the shot? Do you just hold and close out the goal? But for Nolting, had the open net, the good opportunity, 48 seconds left. Now that gives Team USA a 3-goal lead in this one. And back at the faceoff dot is Joseph Nardella, who we've seen quite a bit today for Team USA.
Nardella, 65% faceoff percentage in the PLL. So someone who knows how to get the job done and gets the grounder, handing it off.
And no surprise here, no urgency out of Team USA to advance the ball up the field. Nice swim move there just to get past defenders. This is where being able to evade the defense can be of critical importance, and Team USA will throw the ball away. That is not what they wanted to do.
Not
right
quite
there.
According to plan, yep. And that pass there, almost errant, but who else than number 14, Chorus, getting it, bringing it back to the offensive end for Maryland. And they definitely have one more in them. Gibbons with it there. 8 seconds left. Who can do it? Aitken, is it you? Who's going to get that shot? Team USA keeping them far, far away. 1 second left, an easy save. Team USA ends it 8-5.
What a contest between these two teams. Team USA looking so crisp, start to finish. The defense on point all game long. But we want to give so much credit to John Tillman's team and the way they performed today. I have to tell you, the future is so bright for Maryland. That is always the case. That is no surprise to us.
Absolutely, and that second-ranked recruiting class, as advertised, players really stepping up and taking advantage of the chances that they were given, whether in goal, on the field, whatever they were doing, they did it to the best of their abilities. I think that this is just the beginning for Maryland. You know, as always, the target is on their back. They're one of the best teams. Not only that, they are the reigning national champions. They've got a great year ahead of them.
They certainly do. Let's go ahead and take a look at our highlights from the second half. So much fun, no matter who the goalkeeper is, always great goalkeeping play, but Maryland making things interesting early on.
Love that goal from Signorello, and here we get a look at Team USA. That one there, a beautiful tally taken by Connor Schellenberger. And there's Aitken, he was falling, didn't need an angle, and just got it in there.
These are a lot of freshmen that we're talking about here. Aitken and Signorello are both freshmen in that recruiting class for Maryland. But Team USA had the answers all game long, did not get frazzled at any moment.
And there's Nolte kind of signing off for the game, putting his signature, getting that hat trick. Really, really stood out on the offensive end for Team USA.
And so for Team USA, as we talked about, very difficult decisions going to have to be made. We do not envy the decisions for Coach Danowski and his staff. I think this whole unit, whole Team USA really showed up this weekend.
Absolutely. You could make an infinite number of teams just from the 50-plus players we're seeing this weekend, but so much fun to watch both of these teams. Excited to see who makes that final 23-player roster for next summer in sunny San Diego. It's been such a joy getting to call the game and end off the day with you, Monica.
Absolutely. And so for Tari Candemiri, I'm Monica Moore. Thank you so much for joining us all day long. Your winners in the last one, Team USA over Maryland, 8-5.